Hi guys, Ian from the Football Boots team, and as you can see, we've got a ridiculous number of unboxings for you today. There's like 20 boots in here, I think. There's some big boxes, some little boxes. We've even got some kid boots. We've got a couple of pairs of boots for Ronaldo, a whole bunch of Nike, Adidas, Puma, New Balance, some super lightweight boots, a massive box, a crazy weird box. Anyway, we're going to get into it. Let's start this video and look at the first pair of boots we're going to look at. And these are, now you can see the white sole plate on these. These are the Nike Phantom Visions. Not my favorite sole plate that I've seen on a Phantom Vision, but these are the ones in the New Lights pack. They've got that Volt upper. It is very yellowy. It does have a little kind of tinge of green to it when you look at it in some lights. You're looking at the junior version here. We're just looking at the lacing in the Ghost Laces section. We will be looking at a couple of junior pairs just to show you the difference in some of the Nike boots today. This is the adult one again. Now you can see that Ghost Laces cover. And the other thing with this New Lights pack is this Nike Just Do It graphic that's all the way wrapped around the heel of these boots. You're going to see it on the Superflys and the Vapors and the other boots as well. And I quite like it on here. I just don't think I necessarily like this Volt too much, but you will be seeing players wearing these on pitch. So expect to see the likes of Kevin De Bruyne rocking the Phantom Visions. Now let's have another look at another pair of boots. And this time, as I said, we're looking at kids ones. So we're going to have a little look at the junior Superflys. Now we're looking at these because most of you have probably seen the adult Superflys in the New Lights pack already, and there's just a few little differences. So you can see those graphics, they're all wrapping around the heel of the boot again, and it has that whole Nike, made it the Nike football headquarters stuff. We see that little tag there, that's for putting the boots on for kids. Just a slight difference to the adult version. Now the other difference that you're seeing on these is the sole plate, so you might have just seen it there already. These do have that Superfly 360, so it does wrap all the way around the boot. But as you can see with the Aerotrack system there, the sole plate is different. So that gap at the heel is filled in. It doesn't have that extra bit of space that you see on the adult sole plate. Now I will show you the adult one so you can see the differences. So this is the adult Superfly in the New Lights pack. And there, look at the chrome. You see the difference on the sole plate? You've got that chrome at the front, and then at the back, you see how there's the cutout? So a little bit more weight stripped off, and it's just a slight difference that you see between the kids and the adults version. Otherwise, the upper is very similar. It is really the sole plate and that little tag on the heel that are the main differences between the kids and the senior Superflys. All the details, all the graphics, all the words that you see on them, it's just the same. Nike do a really nice job of making sure that those junior boots really replicate the senior ones. Anyway, let's move on and have a look at another pair of boots. And we're going to move on and look at the Phantom Venoms. Now I will say about the Superfly, the Vapor looks almost identical, so we're not going to show you the Vapor. You've probably seen that already. This is the sole plate of the junior Phantom Venoms. Don't have a senior pair, but there isn't really a massive difference between the junior and the senior ones. I quite like these in the Volt. I don't know, still it's just kind of like a pastel-y yellow to me more than like a bright Volt that we've seen a lot of Nike boots before. I feel like the Volt itself could have been done a bit better, but look at the swoosh on these. It's definitely my favorite feature on the Phantom Venoms, and it sits quite nicely with all those graphics around it. Now just as well as the Just Do It, there is also Phantom used on the other side, so they combined the boot as well. You've got precision power for that striking zone on these. It is the white combined with the Volt. That's the colorway, Volt White Volt Phantom Venoms. Elite written there, it is the Elite Junior pair. Let's have another look at some other boots, and we're going to crack on to boots that are worn by Mo Salah. He's been wearing these boots. He hasn't been wearing the X19 Plus. He's been wearing the 19.1s. A lot of similarities between the two boots. Lovely sole plate on these, I think. It's got that Drillium to reduce the weight down a little bit. It has the Speed Mesh upper, so that's slightly different upper than what you see on the 19 Pluses. But design-wise, very similar. You've got the black 3 stripes on there. These obviously have the laces. Salah, as I say, will be wearing these, I think. It has the X on the back. As I said, speed mesh on the speed frame. Then you've got nice little sparkle in the laces, which is quite a nice touch. And these are a very comfortable boot to wear. A really great option if you're considering the X line from Adidas. Then you could definitely have a go at these. But let's move on and look at the 19 Plus. So the X is worn by the X.1s have been worn by Bale and Salah. We're expecting these, which are the 19 Plus. So you're going to see these worn by Son at Spurs, and also Hudson-Odoi at Chelsea. Now the sole plate on these, the other one was nice, this one is just off the charts. Look at that blue, and the chrome is so nicely put together. It will flake off overuse, but honestly that is stunning on the speed frame as well. But now we're looking at the upper is this skeletal weave, so it's slightly differently put together. You can see all the cutouts and stuff in there to try and reduce the weight. It is all completely covered though. I do quite like the kind of pinstripe effect that they've got going on with these. One of my probably favorites in the hardwired pack, which are the Adidas boots for the start of the season. You've got that pink X on it, and then the X-Lay skin is the upper that's used on this, so it's evolved from the 18 plus. The 19 plus fits a little bit tighter. It is quite nice that you can call it the sock part, but the bit that fits over is very nice indeed. Let's look at another pair of boots in the hardwired pack, and we are another blue pair of boots. These are the Predator 19.1s. Now the nice thing about these is we can look at these. These are the 19.1 SG. So that gives you the option of wearing these on soft ground. Please remember that you can get plastic stud tips that you can trade out with Adidas boots. So you can wear these on firm grounds as well. So you might consider getting a pair of these to last you the whole season. Starting off when the grounds are hard, you can use the plastic stud tips and then switch to use those metal studs that you can see here when the weather gets wet and you need some boots for those softer pitches. Yeah, so these are all removable, those silver studs, and then the plastic ones stay in. There's your stud key for changing these out as well. And you do get a set of spare metal studs with these when you get your boots. So that is an option if you do like the Predators. Predators obviously a very popular line. Let's look at the other Predators that are in the hardwired pack, and we are looking at the 19 plus. So these are the ones that you see worn by the likes of Pogba, Ozil, Dele Alli. They've got Boost in there as well. The sole plate on these is quite nice, uses that similar blue chrome mixed in with the black. Like it a little bit less perhaps than the X sole plate, but still very nice indeed. It uses Adidas's control frame, as you can see there, and as I said, it has Boost there. Pogba does wear these. It's got probably not my favorite that I've seen out of all the options that we've got in the Predator 19 plus, but it is quite a nice combination of the blue and the black, and that blue comes through the sock part as you put those on. The official colorway of these is bright cyan, core black, solar yellow, and that solar yellow is just used in the stud tips and then all the little branding details, the control skin, the Predator. Overall very nice. Let's look at another pair of boots now, and we're going to look at some Puma boots. Now these are the boots that are worn by a whole bunch of Barcelona players now. You've got Griezmann in these and Suarez in these. You also got Marco Reus at Borussia Dortmund wearing these. These are the Puma Anthem pack future net fits. I really like the upper on these. I think it's got a fantastic texture. You're going to be able to grip the ball. It has kind of shades of like an old kind of Predator almost. I know some people kind of also considering that it is similar to the old Hyper Venoms. But it's just an evolution of the future line. I think there's some yellow ones of these coming out relatively soon. I think they're going to look pretty nice. Obviously going to work pretty well with Marco Reus and his Borussia Dortmund kits. Time will tell whether he decides to wear them without laces again this season, which seems a bit strange. These boots really do need laces. They have this kind of conical studs on the sole plates, so they are quite suitable for using on Astro. There is an AG specific pair, but you can get away with wearing these if you want to on Astro. And then the other boots in the Anthem pack, worn by the likes of Aguero and Lukaku, who may well be on his way to Inter Milan, you've got the Puma ones. So these boots are leather at the front and then synthetic at the back. There's the form stripe, you can see the Puma form stripe, their kind of branding that they use on these, and it has the collar as well. Has that little heel tag pull where the one is here, and that's very similar to the kids superflys that we saw earlier actually. I really quite like these in the red and black. It is a very orangey red, but it is definitely red, and the leather on these is really nice. Aguero potentially might be wearing the Puma Kings. He's been seen wearing those in training, so we'll have to wait and see. Now this is a special pair of boots. Excited to get our hands on these. These are a leather pair of speed boots. They've been stripped down in weight. They are the Mizuno Neo Betas. Now they have these fiber inserts in the heel there, a bit of extra strength, drop a little bit of weight. Look at that, it's like looking at an X almost. You can see the light coming through. It's so thin, the mesh used at the back, but the leather used at the front is so quality. Mizuno are just known for their quality and their leather. These are their made in Japan ones, so they've been lasted for a full 24 hours. That means the foot shape the leather's been sat on there for 24 hours. They are just quality. 3,500 pairs only have been made of these, but they are kind of drop dead gorgeous, I'd say. I really rate these, and if you're into your leather boots, then you might want to consider those. Now, the next thing we've got is this massive box that turned up. It was really heavy. I was really surprised how heavy it was. I thought there might be like 5 or 6 pairs of boots in there, but turns out that inside was actually this red box. So give us a second, I'll get it out of the bubble wrap, turn it over. As you can see, New Balance. So opened it up, what's inside? Nothing. Just unreal. Now this is a bit of marketing that New Balance have been using. They've been using the Sadio Mane and a few other players. The laces are sticking out there as a little tease. It's like, okay, well, how do we get these out? Does it pop through there? And then I realised that actually you need to lift the drawer up. So here we go. Let's have a look and see. Open the drawer. Inside is the New Balance Tequila 2.0. Really nice sole plate on these. You can see it kind of fades from the darker blue to the lighter blue. Really kind of nice colour combination. So it is the Tequila 2.0, is it Evolution? There's not a massive number of players who actually wear these on pitch. Lavelle Rose, who played on the US Women's National Team, she's been representing these. She actually got her own custom pair of boots for the Women's World Cup, and she's really a big name for New Balance, and obviously they're pushing to the US market as well. But they've changed the way that the stitch works on these. It's that kinetic stitch still. It still has that higher collar. I do quite like the collar combinations on these. It has the Ortholite foam insoles, just a bit of extra comfort really for when you're wearing these. That's that pass area that they're working on. And I've just tried to use the stitch of the boot to incorporate a little bit extra grip and stuff here and there. They are quite wide fitting, the New Balance boots. And then let's have a look at these other New Balance. Now, I was talking about Sadio Mane and saying how he is the big name for New Balance they're pushing. Look at the sole plate on these. Beautiful sparkle. But also see the little cutouts that they put in there just to strip a little bit extra weight. Now, that is a bit of plastic on the top there. You're not going to get water going through. These are the Furons, the Furon 5s. Mane had his own custom pair. And now he's moved into these. I think that the colour is very similar, obviously, to what we just saw used on the Tequilas, but they're very nice indeed. Talking about very nice boots, let's look at a pair of boots from Adidas that are being worn by David De Gea. So Manchester United goalkeeper is rocking these. They're in this very bright yellow colour. Bright yellow mixed with black, and I suppose if you're going to do Volt, then mix it with black. It is a classic combination. Look at the sole plate there. There's this lovely little shimmer and sparkle and sign, which is really nice to see in a 19.1 boot. The leather on these is like next level. Obviously, you've got the K leather. They've treated it to give it this bright yellow, and the way that they color match the heel with the knit and the front actual leather bit, they've done a really nice job, because sometimes you can get the colors not really kind of pairing together. But these Copa 19.1s, very nice indeed, very plush. They feel very nice on foot. They've got this kind of burrito style tongue, so that means it attaches on one side and doesn't attach so much on the other side. That's a tongue that's favoured by Lionel Messi. He really likes these. Now let's look at these other ones in the Copas, and this is the Copa 19 Plus. So slight difference on the sole plate, a little bit less black used, but it still has that nice bit of shimmer and shine. I really do quite like the sole plate on the Copa 19s, especially the 19 Plus. And if we look at the side here, you can see those 3 stripes. It's very understated, the use of the 3 stripes and the branding on these boots. And it's just such a plush, like cloud-like yellow leather. It's solar yellow, core black, solar yellow. That is the colorway of these boots. That fusion skin is the upper that is used on these boots, and Paulo Dybala is the player who is the only player who wears the 19 Plus, representing the Copas for Adidas. But the Copa is a very nice boot. You could also consider the Copa 19.2 Tangos. They're a nice pickup as well. Let's look at these. These are some bright boots. They are going to stand out on pitch. You're going to see these worn by the likes of Lionel Messi and Jesse Lingard. They are the Nemesis 19.1s, and they use shock pink, core black, shock pink upper. It has those 3 stripes at the heel, and then all the way around the boot is this kind of pinstripe design on these. The Nemesis 360 agility taping design that they've used. Now, the other pair of Nemesis that we can look at, who which we see worn by the likes of Isco and Firmino, these are the ones with no laces. These are the ones that are kind of interesting to put on. They are the Nemesis 19 Plus. So let's have a little quick look. Now, a bit more sparkle to the 3 stripes that we see there. These boots really stand out on pitch. You're going to have to rate yourself if you're going to try and get away with wearing these. Otherwise, perhaps if you're interested in the Nemesis, maybe you want to go with the dark script. That's the blackout version of these that came in that dark script pack. You might decide to wear those over these. They really pop on pitch. Again, the Nemesis 360 branding on the side there. Really nice chrome sole plate on these as well. Ties in nicely with the upper, and it has that whole tape design as well. And you really got to pull these apart and get your foot in there. And then there's an extra bandage inside that wraps around. You can just see it with a bit of extra black on it that helps lock your foot in place. Now, thanks to Boot Collector, we're going to look at these, which are the CR7 China edition for this year. The CR7 Showa. Now, they have used a very similar colorway to the new lights. Has again a nice chrome sole plate with all those cutouts and all that good stuff. Has those red little tips to it though, and extra red details. That's the new logo that you saw for CR7 in China this year. He wore these on pitch in China. They are a limited release, but perhaps not as limited as we've seen to a lot of CR7 releases, and it's a shame. There is a consideration that the last couple have been in red, and does this blue work as well? Is it is representative of China, what they're trying to do there? The graphics are quite nice on these. It would have been interesting to see these in a red pair. Next, coming up, we are going to show you a pair of boots that have been made by DL Boot Room. I wanted to show you a little bit more. We don't really have time in this video, so I'm going to make another Nike ID video and show you a bit more stuff. But what's happened is DL Boot Room's gone ahead and he has made his own version of what he thinks the China edition should have looked like. Alright guys, I want you to tell me your favorite boots in this video. Was it the Nike Phantom Visions? Was it the Nike Superflys? Was it the Mizuno Betas? Was it the Adidas X 19 Plus? Or was it the New Balance Tekla? So here you go, these are the DL Boot Room boots that he's made. He's added in Ronaldo on the side, all sorts of stuff. We'll talk about it more in another video. Guys, go watch another video now. Thanks for watching. Go enjoy your football.